Yo, what's up, guys? Today we are talking about the UK economy. Do you think it's gonna get worse? I hope not, because living in the UK in the past 6 years has been, well, let's say in the past 2 years, it's been really like an adventure and a gamble. It's not been bad. I mean, a lot of great things has happened in the past 2 years. Well, YouTube being one of them. But let's talk about the first 3 years living in the UK. I thought it was the cheapest place to live in because of the groceries. Everything was so cheap. Coming from a country where everything was so expensive. Life here was easy. I would just have to worry about my rent, and that would be okay. Nowadays, it's insane how grocery prices have gone up. Gas prices have gone up. Everything has gone up. So living in the UK has become expensive, and we're gonna see if it's gonna get worse, according to the BBC article that we're gonna watch right now. Let me just check. Is this BBC? I think it is. It's The Economist, I'm sorry. BBC was the last one we reacted to, and you can check that video on my channel. Okay, if you are in the UK right now, tell me what your situation is. Have you seen the prices increase where you're living? And if you're not in the UK, how is it in your country? Let me know in the comments. I don't suppose it is great like around the world. I think the whole world economy is probably collapsing, but hopefully things will get better very soon. Let's go. Let's watch this.
The British economy is in crisis.
The government has lost control of the British economy.
In his mini
Oh no,
budget,
I hope not.
Britain's new Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng announced £45 billion of unfunded tax cuts, causing the pound to plummet.
Well, the British pound has fallen to its lowest level ever against the US dollar.
Ever. Goodness. I saw that. I think the lowest point was 1.03. So we're almost, head to head with the dollar.
The City of London woke up to a currency crisis,
Shocking the markets and leading the Bank of England to intervene.
The Bank of England has said that it will buy as many long-dated government bonds as required.
The International Monetary Fund has slammed the government's plan. How bad is this? And is there worse to come?
Have the markets rejected Trussonomics, Prime Minister?
Oh, yes. I don't know how... Wait, let me just check the date on this. This video was posted last month. Okay, so that means... Yeah. Oh, this was way before Liz Truss resigned. So I don't know. Is there worse to come?
Our Britain economics editor, Samaya Keynes, explains what's happening.
I mean, surely having a country where your leaders are resigning and the politicians, the MPs are resigning, it cannot be good for the economy. So we had a few things happen in the UK. Well, we had many things happen in the UK, but more recently we had Boris Johnson resign, the Queen's death, and Liz Truss resign. So that can't be good for the economy, right? We also had Brexit. We also had the whole, lockdown situation. We had so many things going on, which is breaking our legs here. It's killing us, the ones who live in the UK, I guess. I think it might be good for the US, since the pound is going down and we're 1-to-1 with the US, so I guess investors can come in and invest in the UK since the pound is so low right now.
The past week has been a monumental week for the British economy. The government announced regulatory reforms and also tax cuts, income tax cuts, scrapping a planned increase in corporation tax, changes to bankers' bonuses. I think it's the understatement of the century to say that this went down extremely badly. The fallout has been extraordinarily embarrassing for a government that is only a few weeks old. There are really big questions about the seriousness of the government's handle on the public finances and the extent to which it's in control. But the government doesn't operate in a vacuum. It looks like the Bank of England is going to respond to this fiscal statement by raising interest rates even more aggressively than it was planning before. That means more expensive mortgages for households.
I saw the mortgage hit 10%, whereas just a few years ago it was 1.5%. I mean, 2 years ago, it was as low as 1.5%, and now it's at 10.
That means house prices potentially falling, and it generally means depressed demand and potentially a recession.
Wow.
Fixing all of this, restoring credibility, would require an astonishing U-turn. It would require reversing some of the tax cuts. The government has said that it will publish its fiscal rules alongside an independent forecast of the public finances in late November. That needs to happen sooner. Now, neither of those look like they're going to happen. What's more likely is that the government is going to ask departments to find efficiency savings, that means cuts. It's been reported that they may be considering real terms cuts in benefits. That will be politically extraordinarily difficult when they've just announced tax cuts for the richest. The political difficulty of restoring credibility and giving this sense to international investors that things are under control is just really, really difficult right now.
Yeah, I guess nobody, like the whole world is looking at the UK right now. They're not in great terms with, the European Union either. And the whole Ukraine war thing is also a factor that, I mean, the UK is going into debt, which, you might have an opinion of your own. Of course, we need to support countries that have been, victim of attacks. But at the same time, if it's going to cost your own country to go into a depression or a recession, I don't know. It's really hard to talk about that. But I'm not going to give my opinion here. That's not the point. The point is that I'm not an expert. I'm just a resident who wants things to get better, and I'm opening an opportunity of discussion here in the comment section. But I don't want you guys to argue. I don't like arguing politics. I just want to have like an environment where we can talk and say, hey, things are going to get better, just be cool. And, because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the rise. I'm like, man, things are getting so expensive. But, thank God I don't have any financial problems or anything like that. But I just want to know how you guys are. How are you doing? Hope you guys are doing well.
All of this is happening in a broader economic context, of course. Borrowing costs of governments are rising around the world. Britain is not the only one by any means. But the increase in its borrowing costs has been remarkably large. There is a Britain-specific component here. It's not right to say that this is just part of a general trend. It is also true, though, that if those problems are fixed, borrowing costs for the government would still be rising. In general, the economic environment is just becoming more hostile. It's becoming more hostile to governments making mistakes, and the British government is feeling the pain of that. Thank you for watching. To read more of our coverage of the British economy, click the link. And don't forget to subscribe.
Okay, so basically, the takeoff from this video does not explain if it's actually getting worse. It's just a rhetorical question, I guess. Is it going to get worse? I don't know. I hope not. I hope the U-turn she was talking about takes place. I hope the new Prime Minister brings a miraculous solution to the economy, and I hope the mortgage prices go down, the housing prices go up, Well, as long as it's a hard thing, because if price houses goes up, people who don't have a house, it's harder for them to buy, right? But that's how the country grows, right? Hopefully house prices will go up, and there will be new plans for people, first home buyers, to get the opportunity to buy a house. But I hope grocery prices go down, you know, the price of meat, poultry, you know, everything starts to go down again, cheese, you know, stuff like that, because it's expensive. Milk, everything. I think even vegetables. But gas prices also, everything, man, I just wish we're back to like 5 years ago, where things were just so chill. Anyways, we can only hope. What do you guys think? Are things gonna get better? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's all pray that it does, okay? Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what I should react to next. Hopefully you guys will entertain the idea of talking about, you know, things that are going on. And remember, just take this as a place where you can help each other, okay? Not fight over politics. Please don't do that. That's not the idea here. I'll see you guys. Take care. Keep safe. Bye-bye.